Hi, my name is Loretta Diane Walker, and I will be reading from my collection In This House. The poems that I've selected this afternoon are from the section about my bout with cancer. I talked to friends and they mentioned that I didn't talk about it much. I was basically on autopilot, and those closest to me knew exactly what I was going through. And these poems depict some of the feelings and some of the experiences that I tried to put in words. This first poem is A Sudden Darkness. I was huddled in the last stall in the bathroom at work, with my heart trying to tear through my flesh. I became a beetle caged in blackness when darkness descended with no warning. My legs searched my memory, hoping to quickly learn how to move. I used my hands for eyes, jutted them out before me, felt along the wall, my bridge to light. Somewhere other than the prison where my breath was locked behind the bars of my ribs, I reached the sink, turned on the water, and let the stream dribble through my fingers. Curious how rituals follow us even in the cave of panic, the washing of hands, the crossing of fingers, prayer. Last night I prayed for winter to come, brush me with its sharp cold bristles, dig in my scalp of heat, freeze the flashes of misery that come abruptly when cancer takes you as wife. Oh, when cancer took me as wife, I mothered sadness with her pouty curls and long heavy skirt, fear with her jaundiced laugh and choleric cry. I tell the husband of darkness, I don't care how strong my thighs. Do not ask me to birth anything more than what I'm carrying in this swollen, painful minute. This poem is my reaction to after my first round of chemo. And there's this 3-day punch that hits you out of nowhere. It just hits you and literally knock you to your knees. This is called Chemo, Day 3. Pluck one strawberry. Eat it because you can today. When that 3rd-day jab flattens you and water feels like cotton clogging your throat, nausea is bare fist, throwing hooks and right crosses in the pit of your stomach, and you curl into the ropes of your bed waiting for the referee of sleep to call the fight. You will want this moment with its red-stained fingers and pitted jaws. During this time, while I was going through my treatment, I was asked to write a poem for breast cancer tea. And the theme during that time was how to fight like a girl. And this is the poem that I came up with, and the title is How to Fight Like a Girl. To fight like a girl, you must first become an ocean, to hold the crush of tears pooling beneath the ducts. You must learn to walk through the day with the fish of fear floating through the coral of your belly. At the sound of battle, you must paint your nails the boldest blood shade of red and use them like shark teeth to maim and masticate those piranha emotions gnawing at your strength. You must get off your knees after the tentacles of cancer and chemo, nausea and fatigue, pain and weakness grasp your body and feed on all things woman. You must remember you are a woman when lavas of sweat roll from your bald head and flank your face, and your lips crack and flake like a dried beach. You must stand straight, wash yourself in softness, tattoo stars on your fist, and sing praises for the half moons in the sky of your breast. This next one is Monologue of a Paper Towel. And of course, I had really bad hot flashes after starting chemo, and I just wrote this poem from the perspective of the paper towel that I was using. What that paper towel must be thinking when I started sweating. So this is the paper towel's perspective. Fat quiet hovers around the ceiling, the meat of sound gone home with the children. With pad, pen, and book, she heads out to job number 2 at the Texas Oncology Center. It is work to sit in the chair, balance small talk, sleep, and words. Her mind, that bulldozer, pushes back tears, packs them in the bowls of her eyelids. But with too strong breath, the concrete of her resolve can crack, send wet tracks down the avenue of her cheeks. Her body switches professions, the skin above her heart a pincushion. Needles drive a line into the port stitched in her vein. With eyes gripped shut, she collects other people's years like paychecks. 20, 10, 5 years free, while machines chit-chat and drip poison from their small plastic mouths into her. Not crying is her new vocation, and sweat is a disease spreading on her clothes. She uses me like a tongue to lick her overnight condition, squeezes me as though cancer is a spill she can wipe away. This last poem is entitled September 13th. And I wrote this because of something one of my students said to me. It was right before I had to get my hair cut. And I had just gotten it cut very short. It wasn't completely bald yet. And I was out at a restaurant, and one of my students saw me, and he said, "Miss Walker, you shouldn't cover your head. You look beautiful." And that meant so much to me, so I wrote this poem for Javen Contreras. And this is my final poem. The mastectomy is penciled in like charcoal on glass for September 13th. September 13th. Fate changes shoes, goads my destiny with its sharp stick. I take a detour. Instead of dressing incisions made by the surgeon's knife, I am listening to the buzz and whir, feeling the teeth of the hairdresser's clippers moving through my thick black hair. I counted the first 2 gray strands that webbed my temples. Then I stopped. Hair, like stars and sand, clouds and grass, was not created for the count, rather for the dalliance of the wind. Flickers of tears mingle with water and shampoo as the beautician massages my head. Her fingers move over the scroll of my scalp as though she is reading Braille. The 2 friends who accompany me tell me how elegant and in vogue I look with short hair. But at that moment, their words are not strong enough to dam the tears. September 14th. I go to school with my head covered by a blue scarf lined with the canopy of white stars, knotted and tied with shame. Students question me with their eyes. No answer. September 15th. I find the strength to wear my shaved head to a restaurant. Javen, dressed in his 11-year-old coat of courage, comes to me and says, "Miss Walker, you shouldn't cover your head. You look beautiful." He will sing a solo in the Christmas pageant, not because he says I'm beautiful, but because his voice is beautiful. Now I wear red lipstick and crimson polish to cover my chemo-shattered nails. My bald head no longer looks for the chopped black locks. I only have a handful stashed in a bronze box growing into memories. Thank you.